3 weeks from now, the crystal vase explodes against the wall 6 inches from Kendra's head. Get out. The voice is ice, death, finality. Before I do something we'll both regret. Kendra doesn't flinch, doesn't run. She sets down her cleaning supplies, meets those cold, dark eyes directly, and says the words that will change everything. No. Now the employment agency receptionist won't make eye contact. Ms. Washington, I need to be honest. The Choi estate. 15 maids in 6 months. Most quit after 3 days. One lasted a week and left in an ambulance. She slides the contract across. The pay is extraordinary because the job is impossible. Kendra looks at the number, 3 times her current salary, enough to cover her mother's experimental cancer treatment in Atlanta, the one insurance won't touch. What makes it impossible? The owner, Choi Yi-sung, he's. The receptionist lowers her voice. Connected, organized crime, and they say he's unstable, violent. The last maid said he threw a knife that embedded in the wall beside her head because she moved a photograph. Did it hit her? No, but then he didn't want it to. Kendra picks up the pen. Her hand is steady. I've cleaned trauma rooms at Grady Memorial. I've scrubbed blood from emergency room floors at 2 a.m. A difficult man doesn't scare me. What she doesn't say, I'm already dying slowly, watching my mother fade, working 3 jobs to afford medications that only delay the inevitable. What's fear compared to that? She signs. The Choi estate sits in Seongbukdong, Seoul's most exclusive neighborhood. The mansion is brutalist architecture softened by traditional Korean elements, all sharp angles and curved roof tiles, beauty edged with menace. Like its owner, Kendra will later think. The head of security meets her at the gate. Park Min-soo, you speak Korean. Enough to clean. Kendra learned basics online during her lunch breaks. His expression suggests he doesn't expect her to last long enough for language to matter. Rules. Mr. Choi's private wing is off limits until he leaves for his office at 7 a.m. Never move anything in his study. Never ask questions. Never speak unless spoken to. And when does he come home? When he comes home. Sometimes 8 p.m., sometimes 3 a.m., sometimes not at all. Park's jaw tightens. Stay out of his way. He's not. He searches for words. He's not well. The mansion interior is stunning and strange. Museum-quality art on the walls, furniture that probably costs more than cars. But there's a wrongness to it, everything too perfect, too controlled. Like a photograph of a home rather than one that's lived in. Kendra starts in the main hall, marble floors that show every footprint. She's on her knees scrubbing when she feels it, that crawling sensation of being watched. She turns. The man in the doorway looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. Sharp features, beautiful in a devastating way, with shadows under his eyes that speak of nightmares. His suit is expensive but rumpled, tie loosened, hair disheveled. He's holding a glass of whiskey, though it's barely 9 a.m. Who are you? His English is perfect, accent slight. Kendra Washington, the new I know what you are. He takes a drink, studying her with an intensity that should be uncomfortable but somehow isn't. You're black, very observant. Something flickers in his expression, surprise maybe. No one talks back to him. They didn't mention that. He moves closer, not threatening but assessing. You won't last. They never do. Then you'll have the satisfaction of being right. Kendra returns to scrubbing. Until then I have work. Silence. She can feel him staring. You're not afraid. It's not a question. I'm terrified, but my mother's dying and treatment costs money, so I'm also motivated. She looks up at him. Fear doesn't pay bills, Mr. Choi. He sets down his glass with a sharp click. My study, there's broken glass. Clean it. The study looks like a bomb went off. Books thrown from shelves. Papers scattered. And yes, broken glass, a tumbler shattered against the window, liquid still dripping down the pane. Kendra sweeps carefully, watching the doorway. He's there, leaning against the frame, watching her work. Why do you keep watching me, she asks. You're different. Because I'm black, because I'm American. Because you're calm. He sounds almost accusing. This room upsets people. The mess. The chaos. They scurry around anxious, wanting to fix me along with the floor. Kendra dumps glass into her bin. I'm a cleaner, not a therapist. Your emotional state isn't my job. Cold. Honest. She starts on the books, reshelving them. You want someone to be scared of you, to treat you like you're fragile. I can't afford those games. I'm here to work. He laughs sharp, bitter. 6 months ago, someone tried to kill me. Car bomb. My driver died. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. He touches his ribs unconsciously. Since then, I can't. The smallest things set me off. Sounds, unexpected movement. I threw that knife because the last maid moved a photo of my driver without permission. Did you want to hit her? No, I wanted to scare her away before I actually hurt someone. Kendra stops, looks at him directly. You have PTSD. I have enemies who'd exploit weakness. You have trauma, she's gentle now. I worked night shift at Grady in Atlanta. I've seen combat veterans, domestic violence survivors, people who lived through things that broke them. You're not unstable, you're injured and you haven't healed. His face does something complicated, pain, relief, anger all at once. Get out, he whispers. I'm not finished, get out before I start believing you. Kendra leaves, but she doesn't quit. That night she learns what Park meant. At 2 a.m., screaming wakes the entire household. Not anger, terror. She finds staff clustered in the hallway outside Choi's wing, afraid to enter. Kendra walks past them, opens the door. He's tangled in sheets, fighting invisible enemies, Korean words tumbling out raw and desperate. Nightmare, severe. She doesn't touch him, knows better. Instead, she speaks low and steady. Yi-sung, you're safe. You're home. The danger past. His eyes snap open, wild and unseeing. For a moment she thinks he might attack. Then he focuses, sees her. The wildness fades to something broken. Kendra, her name in his accent. I'm sorry, I'm nothing to apologize for. She stays in the doorway, non-threatening. Do you want me to call someone? There's no one to call. The loneliness in those words breaks something in her chest. The next morning, Kendra finds an envelope on the cleaning cart. Inside, a note in sharp handwriting, I'm sorry for last night, and a check for double her weekly salary. She tears up the check. At breakfast, she leaves a note on his study desk. Keep your money. I don't need pity, just respect. When she arrives the next day, the head of security looks shocked. You came back. I told you I would. No one's ever. Park shakes his head. Mr. Choi wants to see you. His private office. The private office is different from the study, smaller, more personal. Photos on the walls. A young Yi-sung with an older man who shares his features. The same man in a coffin, funeral portrait. The driver, Kendra realizes, not just an employee. Yi-sung sits behind a massive desk, looking like he hasn't slept. You tore up the check. I don't want payment for basic human decency. That's what I pay you for. You pay me to clean, not to pretend I don't notice your suffering. Kendra crosses her arms. If that's a problem, fire me. I can't. He sounds frustrated. You're the first person who's treated me like I'm human instead of dangerous. Do you know what that's worth? Not double salary, almost a smile. You're stubborn. I'm honest. You said you valued that. He stands, comes around the desk. Up close, she can see the scar on his temple, surgery probably. The faint tremor in his hands he's trying to hide. I need to explain something, he says quietly. My family is old line soul crime, 3 generations. I never wanted this life, but my father died and I inherited everything, the business, the enemies, the weight, and the trauma. The bomb was meant for someone else, a rival, but my driver took the car that morning because I had a headache. His voice cracks. Hyun-woo had 3 kids. He died because I couldn't handle a simple meeting. That's not how it works. Kendra's seen enough survivors' guilt to recognize it. The person who planted the bomb killed him, not you. I should have protected him. You're human, not God. He stares at her. Why do you care? You don't know me. I know what it's like to watch someone suffer and feel helpless. She thinks of her mother, the chemo, the way cancer steals people slowly. I know how it feels to be angry at yourself for not being able to fix something unfixable. Understanding passes between them, 2 people carrying impossible weights. Tell me about your mother, he says, so she does. Over the next week, a routine develops. Kendra cleans. Yi-sung works from home more often. They talk cautiously at first, then more openly. She tells him about Atlanta, nursing school she couldn't afford to finish, her mother's diagnosis. He tells her about growing up in a crime family, the violence he witnessed, how he's trying to make the business more legitimate but resistance is fierce. My uncle wants me married, he says one afternoon while she's dusting his bookshelves. Thinks a wife would settle me, make me look stable to our partners. Would it? I can barely trust myself. How could I trust someone enough to marry them? Kendra doesn't answer. But she thinks, you're talking to me, aren't you? The nightmare happens again on her 10th day. This time she's prepared, brings chamomile tea, sits outside his door until the screaming stops, then knocks gently. He opens it looking wrecked. You should run from me. Probably, but I'm stubborn, remember? She offers the tea. Drink this, it helps. He takes it. Their fingers brush. The touch feels electric. Kendra. His voice is rough. I'm starting to need you here. That's dangerous. Why? Because people I need become targets. I'm already a target, she smiles sadly. Cancer doesn't care about crime families. At least your enemies are something you can fight. He sets down the tea, steps closer. What if I wanted to fight yours? What? Your mother's treatment, the experimental therapy. I looked into it. $200,000. His eyes are intense, serious. I can have it transferred to her hospital tomorrow. Kendra's breath catches. I can't accept that. Why not? Because I don't take charity, because it would make me owe you. What if I'm the one who owes you? He touches her face gently, testing. You gave me the first peaceful nights I've had in months. You treat me like a person that's worth more than money. Yi Sung. Let me do this, please. She should say no, should maintain professional distance, but she's so tired of fighting alone. Why? She whispers. Why do you care? Because when I'm with you, I remember who I was before the violence, before the nightmares. He rests his forehead against hers. You make me want to be better than what I've become. The kiss happens like gravity, inevitable, gentle, devastating. His hands shake against her face. She steadies them with her own. When they break apart, he's looking at her like she's salvation. This is complicated, Kendra says. Everything about me is complicated. Your uncle, your business partners. They'll never accept. I don't care. His voice is fierce. For 6 months I've been told I need someone appropriate, someone from the right family, someone who fits. But you're the only person who makes me feel human. I'm your maid. You're the woman I'm falling in love with. The words hang between them, terrifying and true. The next day he transfers the money. Kendra's mother calls from Atlanta, crying with relief. Treatment starts next week, but the happiness is brief. Kendra's cleaning the main hall when raised voices echo from Yi Sung's office. Korean, rapid, and angry. She catches words: inappropriate, embarrassment, American. The door slams open. A man storms out, older, expensive suit, family resemblance to Yi Sung. He stops when he sees Kendra, eyes narrowing with contempt. You, he switches to English. You're the reason my nephew has lost his mind. Yi Sung appears in the doorway. Uncle, leave her alone. She's the maid and you're discussing marriage. Kendra's heart stops. Marriage, the uncle continues. The Park family won't finalize the alliance if you're involved with staff, especially foreign staff. Then we don't need the Parks. Yi Sung's voice is cold. You need them to survive. Without their backing, the Kang syndicate will move against you. They're already circling. I'll handle the Kangs. With what? Your broken mind, your inappropriate obsession. The uncle gestures at Kendra with disgust. You're unstable. The family should have removed you months ago. Something dark crosses Yi Sung's face. Get out. I'm trying to save you. Get out. The uncle leaves, but his words linger like poison. Kendra finds Yi Sung in his study, hands shaking, breathing too fast. Panic attack. She guides him to sit, takes his hands. Look at me. Breathe with me. In and out. Slowly, he steadies. I'm putting you in danger, he says finally. My uncle's right. The Kangs will use you against me. Let them try. You don't understand. These people don't threaten, they act. Then we leave. Kendra squeezes his hands. Take what you need and walk away from all of it. I can't just. The window shatters. Yi Sung tackles Kendra to the floor as glass rains down. A brick lands where she'd been standing, message wrapped around it in Korean. What does it say? Kendra asks. His face has gone completely blank. The expression she's learned means he's terrified and hiding it. It says they know about you, that foreign distractions die easily. Park Min-soo bursts in with 3 security guards. Sir, we have the perimeter locked down. Whoever threw it is gone, but I know who sent it. Yi Sung stands, pulling Kendra up with him. His hands are steady now, the tremor gone. Fear has made him sharp. The Kangs, they're making a point. What do we do? Kendra asks. We end this. He turns to Park. Call Tae-yong, tell him I'm accepting his offer. Park's eyes widen. Sir, that's non-negotiable. I want it done tonight. After security leaves, Kendra demands, what offer? Yi Sung runs a hand through his hair. My brother. He's been asking me to step down, let him take over the family business. He's better suited for it, ruthless, strategic, unburdened by conscience. He laughs bitterly. I've been refusing because it felt like giving up, but now you have a reason to walk away. He cups her face. I'd rather have peace with you than power without you. Your uncle will fight this. Let him. Once Taeyong is in charge, the Kangs have no leverage. The alliance with the Parks becomes his problem. And He pulls her close. I get to be someone other than the broken crime boss. The family meeting happens at midnight in the mansion's formal dining room. Yi Sung's uncle, his brother Taeyong, heads of allied families, lawyers. Kendra isn't supposed to be there, but Yi Sung keeps her at his side. You can't bring her, the uncle starts. She stays or I walk now. Yi Sung's voice is ice. Choose. Taeyong grins. He's younger, sharper, everything his brother isn't. Let her stay. This affects her too. The negotiation is brutal. The uncle argues Yi Sung is abandoning his duty. Taeyong argues he's been ready to lead for years. The allied families demand assurances about stability, continuity, respect. Through it all, Yi Sung sits quietly until his uncle says, "If you do this, you're dead to the family. No protection, no money." "Nothing. I have enough." Yi Sung stands. "I've cleaned my personal accounts. The legitimate businesses I built separately from family operations. It's enough to live well if simply. And when the Kangs come for you without family backing, they won't." Taeyong speaks up. "I'll make it clear that any move against my brother is a move against me." Yi Sung steps down peacefully, no power struggle, no weakness shown. We maintain face. "And the Parks? I'll marry the Park daughter." Taeyong shrugs. "I don't mind strategic marriages. Hyung does. This works better for everyone." The uncle looks between them. "You planned this." "No," Yi Sung says. "Kendra gave me permission to imagine a different life. Taeyong gave me a way to reach it. Now I'm taking it." He signs the papers. Just like that, he's free. The uncle storms out, furious. The allied families leave shaking their heads. But Taeyong hugs his brother, fierce, genuine. "Be happy, Hyung. You deserve it." "Take care of them," Yi Sung says quietly. "I will. I'll be better at this than you ever were." It's not an insult, it's the truth. Later in the empty study, Kendra finds Yi Sung staring at family photos. "Regrets?" she asks. "Relief." He turns to her. "For the first time in 6 months, I'm not afraid of what I might become, because I don't have to become anything except myself." "What happens now?" "Now," he pulls her close. "I'm thinking a small house, maybe in Jeju, somewhere quiet. I'll need time to recover, really recover, therapy, peace. Maybe learn to cook something other than ramyun. That's very domestic. I want domestic. I want boring. I want mornings where the worst thing that happens is burning toast." He kisses her softly. "I want you if you'll have me. What about my mother's treatment? The money I transferred was personal, not family. It's secure. She'll finish treatment and then maybe she'd like to visit Korea, meet the woman her daughter fell in love with." He smiles. "I'm told Jeju is beautiful in spring." Kendra feels tears coming. "You're serious. You actually walked away from everything for this." "Not for this, for us." He wipes her tears gently. "You told me fear doesn't pay bills. Well, power doesn't buy peace, and I'd rather have peace with you than anything else. I love you." The words feel inevitable, true. "I love you too, even when I'm difficult, even when the nightmares come, even when." She kisses him quiet. 3 months later, Kendra stands in a small house overlooking the ocean in Jeju. The view is spectacular: blue water, black volcanic rock, sky that goes on forever. Yi Sung is in therapy twice a week. The nightmares are less frequent. He smiles more. He's learning to paint, terrible at it, but happy. Her mother's treatment is working. The tumors are shrinking. She's planning to visit next month. Taeyong runs the family business ruthlessly and successfully. The Kangs made one attempt at disruption. Taeyong crushed it so thoroughly they haven't tried again. The uncle has grudgingly accepted the new reality. And Kendra, she's enrolled in nursing school at Jeju National University, finally finishing what she started. "How's the studying?" Yi Sung asks, bringing her tea on the terrace. "Intense. Worth it." She pulls him down beside her. "How's the painting?" "Terrible. Also worth it." He laces their fingers together. "I'm happy. I don't remember the last time I could say that." "Neither do I." They sit in comfortable silence, watching the waves. A year ago, Kendra was breaking herself into pieces for people who didn't value her. Yi Sung was trapped in a life that was killing him slowly. The employment agency was right. The job was impossible, but not because Yi Sung was unstable, because he was waiting for someone strong enough to see past the danger to the damaged man beneath. Someone brave enough to stay when everyone else ran. Someone who understood that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is choose to be soft. "What are you thinking?" he asks. "That I'm glad I didn't quit on day one. I'm glad you came at all." He kisses her temple. "My fierce, stubborn Kendra, you changed everything. We changed each other." And it's true. She taught him that strength includes healing. He taught her that love shouldn't require self-sacrifice. Together, they learned that sometimes the right person isn't the one who fits into your life. It's the one who makes you brave enough to build an entirely new one. The sun sets over Jeju, painting the ocean gold. Inside their small, peaceful house, dinner is burning slightly because Yi Sung still can't cook. Kendra will tease him about it. He'll laugh, genuine and free. Tomorrow he has therapy. She has classes. They'll navigate it together, the healing, the growing, the building of something neither of them knew they needed. But tonight, they sit watching the waves, two people who survived impossible things and found each other on the other side. The mafia boss who walked away from power, the cleaner who refused to run, and the love that proved some things are worth more than safety, more than money, more than anything except each other.